I first became aware of Keith Jarrett in my 20s. One of the concerts of his was being aired, I think, on a PBS fundraising drive, and I was absolutely spellbound, both by his improvisational skills. My brother was a piano player, so I've always been sort of enamored with really good piano players. But also, I was really taken in by the unique theatrics he employs when performing. And sometimes it's as if his head is actually resting down on the very keys he's playing. And other times he rises up off the bench appearing to be in some kind of intense pain. And then there's the nearly horizontal position of laying back away from the keys. And all the while his eyes are nearly always closed as he just sort of feels his way around the music. At times you will hear him even groan or cry out as the music sort of fights its way out of his body. Now, Keith Jarrett's The Köln Concert is not just a musical masterpiece. It's a narrative of perseverance and spontaneity and the magic that can happen when things just don't go according to plan. Recorded in January of 1975, it has become one of the best-selling solo piano albums in jazz history, if not the best. But the story behind this concert is as compelling as the music itself. The stage was set on January 24th of 1975 at the Cologne Opera House in Germany. The concert was being organized by a first-time concert promoter by the name of Vera Brandes, or Brandeis. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. She was 17 years old. Now, she was a huge fan of Keith Jarrett, even though he really wasn't that well known in Germany at the time. And she managed to book him for a late night concert that started at 11:30 p.m., a time slot that already made it an unusual event. And Jarrett, known for his improvisational prowess, was scheduled to play a solo piano performance, something that promised to be a unique experience for the audience. And Jarrett had been doing shows every other day throughout Europe for a while. And he would typically fly from one location to the next and use his day off to rest and sort of regroup and recalibrate for the next night's improvisational concert. But on this particular trip, he cashed in that plane ticket for whatever reason. Maybe he was broke. And he hitched a ride with someone from his crew. It was a 500-mile drive in a small car. And he arrived in Cologne with no sleep, a severe back pain from the car ride that required him getting a brace, and by his own telling, had some really bad Italian food before the concert. I mean, can things really get any worse? Well, as it turns out, yes. That was only the beginning. Upon arrival, Jarrett was greeted with a major problem. The piano provided for the concert was not the one he had requested. Instead of a top-notch Bosendorfer grand piano, he found an old, small baby grand that was out of tune, and a few keys on the keyboard didn't play at all. And this practice piano produced a thin, harsh sound, not anything like he was used to. In addition, one of the pedals barely worked. You had to really kick it in to get it to sustain. Jarrett considered canceling the concert. They were scheduled to record it, and he was thinking about sending the engineering crew home because there was really no point in proceeding. But after some persuasion from this 17-year-old concert promoter, who was desperate to save this show, he decided to go ahead with it. He had no choice but to make the best of the situation, playing an instrument that was far from ideal. And as a stroke of luck to the rest of the world, he kept the engineers, thinking at the very least they would have a personal record of the concert just for themselves. Jarrett would later confess he felt it would never be released to the public. And what followed was nothing short of miraculous. Jarrett took to the stage and began to play, drawing on his vast reservoir of skill and creativity to compensate for the piano's shortcomings. And he began the concert with just 4 notes. And that was all he needed. He played for over an hour, improvising completely, turning the piano's limitations into his strengths. And the music that emerged was ethereal, soulful, and utterly captivating. He simply played around the keys that didn't work. And you can hear him kicking the bad pedal as a form of percussion for his music. And the audience, well, they were spellbound. Jarrett's performance was a masterclass in turning adversity into art. The recording of the concert, released later that year, became an instant hit, and it remains a hallmark in jazz and improvisational music. The Köln Concert is celebrated not just for its musical brilliance, but for the story of resilience and innovation that it embodies. So why am I talking about this concert that took place nearly 50 years ago? The story of Keith Jarrett's The Köln Concert offers valuable lessons, I think, that extend far beyond the realm of music. And here are 3 key takeaways that I think everyone can benefit from. One of the most striking aspects of the Koln Concert is how Jarrett transformed an imperfect situation into the perfect moment. The substandard piano could have been a deal breaker. It would have been a deal breaker for me. But Jarrett chose to see it as an opportunity rather than an obstacle. This mindset allowed him to create something extraordinary out of the ordinary. In life, we often encounter situations that are less than ideal. It's easy to become frustrated or to give up when things don't go as planned. But by embracing imperfection and adapting to the circumstances around us, even we can discover new possibilities and unlock our creativity. Imperfections can become the canvas for our most remarkable achievements if we approach them with the right attitude. Jarrett's decision to go ahead with the concert despite the challenges is a powerful reminder of the value of perseverance. He was tired. He was in pain. And he faced a difficult instrument that pushed back at him with every single note he played. He had to play around the keys that didn't work, and yet he chose to push through. This determination not only saved the concert, but it turned it into a legendary performance, I'm going to put a link to it in the description below. It's on many, many YouTube channels. It's about an hour, and I would highly recommend that you listen to the entire thing. Life is full of these kinds of obstacles, and there are times when giving up seems like it's the easiest option. But persevering through the difficulties can lead to unexpected rewards. And the ability to persist, even when the odds are against us, can be the key to achieving our goals and reaching new heights. Jarrett's story encourages us to keep going, even when things get tough, because the results might just surpass our own expectations. The Köln Concert is a testament to the power of spontaneity. Jarrett's performance was entirely improvised, a real-time response to the moment and the instrument and even the crowd that he had to work with. This spontaneity is what gave the concert its unique and unrepeatable quality. This packed house audience was hearing the creation of music that no living being, including Jarrett, had ever heard prior to that moment in time. And in our structured and often overplanned lives, we can forget the magic that spontaneity can bring. Allowing ourselves to be spontaneous opens the door to creativity and innovation and unexpected joy. It encourages us to live in the moment and to be present, fully engaging with whatever comes our way rather than freezing up or running away. Spontaneity can lead to some of our most memorable experiences and achievements, as it did for Jarrett on that unforgettable night. Sometimes in life, we just have to throw the daily planner and our meticulously detailed calendar out the window and fully experience the moment. Keith Jarrett's The Köln Concert is more than a landmark in jazz history. It's a story that inspires and teaches us about resilience, about creativity, and the beauty of imperfection. Jarrett's ability to turn a challenging situation into a breathtaking performance is a lesson in embracing the unexpected and making the best of whatever life throws our way. So the next time you face a challenge, remember Jarrett's story. Embrace the imperfections, persevere through the difficulties, and do not be afraid to be spontaneous in the moment. You might just find your greatest triumphs come from the moments when things don't go as planned. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next time.